Hello everyone, Menaphos here. Welcome to a quest guide / introduction into Menaphos, and then the finale of the Golden Path. Now you did miss a little bit, but all you missed because I forgot to turn on my microphone before recording. So yeah, but all you missed is that you got to go to Ali, Mir, Alza, and Al-Kharid to start the quest, and then you gotta go talk to Osman, who is on the second floor of the Al-Kharid Palace, and then you gotta go upstairs and talk to Hassan, who is on the very top of the palace. It is also worth noting that you have to have your hands free and no pets with you before talking to Hassan, or else you can't really continue. And this is how you actually get into Menaphos. You need to complete this quest, which is the Jack of Spades quest. So, you get to actually manually fly a magic carpet. And if you'll take notice, when you look around, the Al-Kharid and the desert area has been greatly improved. Like, they did a graphical rework of a lot of the areas within this the desert, including even some in Al-Kharid with the landscape. You'll also notice the skybox is a little bit different. I'm not sure if you actually have to avoid that spot or not, but I am, because I didn't do that quest yet, and I don't know if it'll have any issues with it. So this guy talks a lot. As you'll notice, the Desert Treasure Pyramid actually looks a lot better too. It's really small though in terms of the pyramids themselves that you see in Menaphos, and soften them now. You could already see the city slowly loading in, which, as you can see, way different than it used to be. Now, if you want to, you can listen to Hassan's dialogue and scroll through it, but for the sake of the quest, I just want to get through it for you guys, this way you guys can see what to do. His constant talking does kind of make this a little glitchy. His constant, like, there we go. Land here, yes. That whole flying carpet area seems to be kind of glitchy. Okay. Now here we are. The Golden City, Menaphos. Which I didn't get to see this in the last one because things weren't properly loaded. So I didn't get to see any of this last time. Which I'd rather take my main through it this way, in case there's any dangers. But there's no dangers. It's not dangerous at all to start out. There's Commander A, which you will talk to them a little bit, spoiler. It's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we are meted by Jabari. I think this part's pretty cool too. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it's actually pretty cool. Okay, so there was the first one, the the Vizier Hassan, which is very similar to Hassan. Look at that. Like, my guy's automatically doing this, but it just, the city looks so beautiful. It's big, too. I think this is actually probably bigger than, in terms of, like, the everything, than the Elven City. So here we are. There is Hassan, and Jabari. And we get to see the Jack of Spades here pretty soon. Spoilers! Okay. Okay, so I need to talk to one of the guards. So we'll go out here, we'll talk to one of the guards. Ask for directions where the port is. Alright, so I gotta go to the port. Which, once it's all loaded in, this is not too bad. You just gotta go to the center stone here. And then... that cape is neat and weird all in one. Right over here is this. So get your lodestone, and then just keep heading south. That is pretty cool how they have one of those mammoths here. You unlock a lot of music tracks through this too. Now keep in mind, all these buildings you can actually go into. Okay, we actually want to go into... well, we can't go in those for some reason, but we can go into almost everything else. I just think it's really neat. Like, the city is big, and it actually feels big. It feels grand. Okay, here is Wadad, which is the Admiral. So there's another name. Okay. So, Jack of Spades just stole from him now, too. Okay, so now we need to find the next one. Which is just north. So we gotta go to the Commander A, if you will. It was just right up here. This city is huge and it is beautiful. Okay, so up here, if you have Surge, go ahead and use Surge. I like how they have that pool here. That looks really cool for the palace. Here's Commander Akhamet. Alright. So that's another name we need to remember. Okay, so now we need to go talk to Batal, which is another name we need to remember. And then I'll show you where to go to for the, yeah. I'll show you where we need to go after that to enter in the final name. Or all names, I'm not sure. I don't know if you can enter in all names. I'm assuming you can. But I will not say for sure because I have already entered in 3 out of the 4. I just need to enter in the last one on this account. The other one I already have all 4 entered in. And there is Batal. Okay. Oh. Okay, so there's Batal. Oh, and the Jack of Spades again. Okay, each of the districts has entrance into the Sifting Tombs. So in here, and then you'll find Jack of Spades. After a little bit of dialogue, you find out it is Ozan. You want to talk to him a little bit. I think you actually do have to go through all the dialogue. This way you can return all the items that he has just stolen. Okay. Well, I steal from all those people. Okay. Find out a lot of information what he's been up to and what is to come. I've heard enough. And then he'll give you all the items he stole. There we go. So I'm going to go for the Ports District to start. This way I can just head all the way north back to the merchants. This way I can finish it out. Okay, go into the ports. See, probably not everybody's actually doing this yet, so keep that in mind. But that Sifting Tombs does explain how, you know, Ozan was getting around everywhere without them noticing. Okay, I just got a level 1 reputation with the ports. Now just head on north. And we'll give to the Imperial, and then the Worker, and then back to the Merchant. Now there is a reputation system with this, and I will go over that too. So this video is going to be a lot longer than the traditional just quest guide. Considering the fact it's a big part of getting to know the city as well as everything else. Okay, quick travel, Sifting Tombs. Oh, there's a quick travel option. That's very good if, for those who want to know. So I got a feeling you have to cut down trees and you can gain reputation that way too. Okay, that's the port, that's the Worker, so let's go to Worker. There's a reason why I'm doing it in this fashion and not just whoever I come across first. It makes it a little easier whenever you go into the final part of the quest. Also, it helps you kind of get used to the layout. And there's actually quite a bit here too, if you think about it. So, now we just got to go back to the Hassans. Hassan and Hassan. Okay. Here they are. Talk to the Vizier. Now I've unlocked the Menaphos Grand Exchange. So you don't even have everything unless you can fully complete the quest. About Jack of Spades. Okay. There we are. Now we have the city unlocked and you have access to Menaphos, including visitor reputations and the Sifting Tombs beneath. Now if you're curious about the overall reputation, you get reputation as you do things throughout the city, but you also can get different reputation through the different areas. And if you click on the different districts, you can actually see the different bonuses. So there is different things in each one. Of course, the ports one is more about the fishing, Imperial is about wood cutting, Merchant is about thieving, and the Worker District is about mining. So there is different things you can do, and if you want to highlight one for the Sifting Tombs and for reputation gain, you just click on the star, and then you are gaining that one. Okay, and it's probably actually best if you were to continue with the same one over and over before you actually go to the other one. Alright, so now we'll go into the Sifting Tombs, and I'll show you about that. Now here we have different things within each of these tombs. Okay, first you have to go talk to Ozan. I'm kind of doing a lot of these at once. And I'll do patch notes in a different video. Or I'll do them at the end. Okay, but yeah, anyway, after going through a little bit of dialogue, there's no more questions. Inspect. So you can actually get an XP from each thing. Inspect the oh, see, I'll get agility. Oh. Inspect the brazier here. That'll give me, the brazier will give me prayer XP. And then I can inspect it at Mepkin. That'll give me thieving. The brazier will give me rune crafting. The primaries are the statues, and the secondaries are everything else. And here is construction, and then crafting. So the more of these things you light, the more XP you will get, but you will not get gold. And then this one down here, the brazier will give me divination. I don't like receiving divination XP. Well, not divination, but engineering. Okay, now to start, there's a timer, and then you want to go through and you want to complete as much as you possibly can. There is a target on the top left of the things that they want you to get. And the more of these jars that you destroy, the more your corruption builds, which is actually really good for you. And these chests actually will house some things that, the feathers that you want to get. They are for the Slayer dungeon, and every so often you need one of those in order to do stuff in that Slayer dungeon. So, and you want to kind of keep an eye out for any, well, obviously jars like that. See, as your corruption builds, you can just kind of run along and have those destroyed as you go through. But you want to keep an eye out for the rope, because if you find the rope, that's your exit. I don't know what would happen if, like, I actually did stay too long one time before and it just teleported me out. So I think it's a failsafe, like you automatically get teleported out. But I wouldn't want to chance it, if you know what I mean. So each jar is XP. Each one of those crystals is XP. And I'm not seeing any sarcophaguses yet. The crystals take longer. That's why I'm not really bothering with them unless I have to. See, there's the rope. See, there I did get some XP. If I don't have to do those, I won't do the ropes. And if I don't have to do these treasure chests, I won't do those either. I'll just keep continuing on. Because I don't know what the... If you complete the entire objective, what it does. And for these sarcophagus, I was glad I found one at least, because I want to show you what to do when you're here. It'll flash like that, and then you want to touch the stones in correspondence as to what it does. And once you do that, you'll hear a click. You can open the sarcophagus, and you get some XP. There's another sarcophagus up there. Which means good news for me, because I'll actually be able to get them all. Okay. Right there it is. That's what I need. I have a little over a minute remaining, so I'll probably do a little bit of mining. Maybe I'll do that chest. Okay, flashed. So this one, and then this one. Alright. So now I completed it all, but I still need to get out, and I can still get a little bit more corruption. 100% of completion rewards. So there is a completion reward, but I don't know what that is. I want to go for that treasure chest that's up there yet. Especially since it's on the way of my exit. Now as you can see, I have 1 minute left. But my exit's right over there, so hopefully I can get it here pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, I'd have to complete 2 more things here, and I don't know if I'll have time. Come on. All objectives are complete, so I got 100%, and I have a little bit of time left. I've never done it 100% clear yet. Okay, so yeah. Game of Tombs 1. Okay, so that is that. You do get a little bit of stuff for that. Oh, I should have went to the Imperial area, because I'll show you where the Grand Library is, and that's where you need to enter in the last name. Imperial. Okay. Yeah, so the feathers are gained through those treasure chests, which I think the higher you're thieving, the better stuff you can get. Okay, so now for the pyramid, or the Grand Library. It's just right west of the Sifting Tombs. Okay, now all I need to do is just head on down there, and I can get this done. There's not a whole lot more to show you guys, because most of it is gained through completing a lot of the reputation, because there's actually quests you unlock through the reputation system, through the Menaphos tier system, which is actually quite a bit. But as for the individual factions, me personally, I would suggest going for each one individually and then finishing up with whatever, you know, going on to the next one, unless you want to do certain rewards at a time. But there's that sundial. It got moved inside the pyramid. From here, since it's Akhamat, or however you want to say it, you want to put the A, the K, H, O, M, E, and then T. Now, if it doesn't unlock right away, don't worry, don't get freaked out, because it didn't do it for me right away either in my last profile. But there we go. And that's how you complete that. So if there's anything else you guys are curious about within the Golden City, please let me know, and I will go from there. Otherwise, I'm going to move into this week's full updates and then the patch notes. I wanted to go over the city first, of course, because it's the big release for today, and probably the biggest news for the day. There's also the 120 Slayer, which I could show you guys where that is. It's actually in Softening. That's why you don't see it yet. Just a sec here. The one nice thing about this place too is you don't actually have to click on the stairs to keep going up. Once you clicked on the location you want to go to, it actually will go there. It would be very beneficial to RuneScape if they keep up with that pattern, because it is very nice. Okay, and once we're back outside, but yeah, the requirements for the quest were, you had to have Stolen Hearts and Diamond in the Rough, and that's it. This Softening Slayer dungeon, you need to have level 88 Slayer, and Ictharian's a little helper. For Sifting Tombs, you need 50 Agility, Construction, Crafting, Divination, Dungeoneering, Prayer, Root Crafting, and Thieving. And then other quests is dealing with Scabarus, Missing My Mummy, Do No Evil, Spirits of the Elid, and 72 Fishing and 73 Hunter. And those other quests are Crocodile Tears, Our Man in the North, and Fight Club. So each one of those I can actually show you is actually unlocked through here. Assuming it doesn't keep lagging like that. Yeah, okay, right here, I have the Grand Exchange unlocked. The next one is the Tumecan Standard. And then it's Crocodile Tears quest. And then you get the Skilling buff, which you get a chance to discover an Impling or Guthix Butterfly while surface skilling around Menaphos. And then you get a Sifting Tombs Feather and Gold buff. And then it's another quest of Our Man in the North. And then Slayer Feather buff. And this also, I should actually discuss what these do. The Sifting Tombs Feather and Gold buff increases the amount of gold and feathers earned from Sifting Tombs. Also unlocked the second tier of the Tumecan Standard cosmetic. The gold is not like overly great from it to start out. Like I was getting about anywhere from 400 to 600 on my main. But it was decent if you think about it, because it was very quick to get XP. And the Slayer Feather buff, you get a chance to save a Feather of Mahat during Slayer, also gain access to VIP skilling areas. And then you have the Blessed Tumecan Standard, unlock the final tier standard, and then Fight Club, and then you gain access to the Fight Club quest. And then at the very, very end, you have Magic Carpet skilling buff. And you receive extra experience in the form of magic carpet dust in clouds during any skilling, even outside of Menaphos. So that is actually huge. You really want to be able to do that. Okay, so you actually can't go out that way. Strangely enough, even though Softening is right there. And while my guy is heading there... Okay, for live streams this week, there is Tuesday, June 6th at 1600, Menaphos post-launch Q&A. Thursday, June 8th, mystery Facebook stream. Kicking off around 9 game time. 900 game time. And then there is June 9th, 2000 hours of game time, patch notes preview with Mod Shawnee. That's actually different. Okay, we're going to go fast travel here. South Polonovich. Enter my authenticator. This way I can fast travel back down to Menaphos instead of walking all the way around. Okay, and back to this. Nope, better do this quick too. But everything seems a little bit more pretty than it used to be here. And then Sunday at, well, June 11th at 1800, it's PVM with Mod Lee. It's also noteworthy to remember the summer sweepstakes, where you can get the game laptop. So even Softenim has had a graphical rework. And here is your Pyramid Plunder Tomb, and then the different buildings throughout Softenim. But I know what you guys want to see, and that is the Slayer Dungeon. There's Nerfurdy the Camel, and here is the Slayer Dungeon. Now, I can't enter it because I don't have high enough Slayer. Maybe that's not the Slayer. Oh, over here is the Slayer Dungeon, I believe. Okay. Yeah. Talk to the Menaphite guard. Well, we can even trade with him. You can buy the Feather Maha. If you do not want to actually go and do the Sifting Tombs. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not sufficiently trained in Slayer, and you need to be 88 Slayer. I'm only, I think, 83. Also, I want to show you guys, too, the divination plot has changed now. The Luminous is now actually in Softenim. So that's actually good news for those. And there's also plover birds here. I don't know what they're for. Oh, they're probably for the crocodile tears. And there's a crocodile. So that's more hunting options there. But right here is your Luminous plot. So do keep that in mind. It's no longer out in the middle of the desert, so you don't have to worry about the desert heat anymore. But on that note, now we get to head over to the patch notes. And here we go. Diango now keeps the Alchemist Amulet if it is destroyed by the player. Fixed an issue that was causing active loot share to block Archie and Mammoth from performing special attacks. That's actually a handy trick. Players that had missed out on obtaining the Fairest of them all title due to the Chinchompa Hunt requirement will now have their title unlocked upon login, providing all other requirements have been met. The Caridian Desert has now been graphically updated, as we have seen. Granite and Sandstone are now left-click drop. Combat encounters during Soul in the Hearts and Diamond in the Rough quest no longer give combat XP. Simona has a high chance of assigning the new Slayer monsters as a task. The Elite Dark Beast has a cooldown between when it can do a special attack. Camels, crocodiles, giant lizards, vultures, jackals, locusts, and scarabs have been graphically updated. Bonfire icons have been added to the world map. The damage cap on Tuska's Wrath has been increased to 15,000. Crystalline timer bar now displays the correct time remaining in the resource is consumed by another player. Divination whips spawn closer to the Softening crater. You can now acquire camouflage fragments, which allow you to make the master camouflage outfit, which is through thieving in the... Oh, actually, yeah, it's in general. I know they were saying about releasing it with Menaphos. I didn't know if it actually had to do with that. Protection prayers at Dark Beast now reduce damage from by 50% instead of 95%. Java fixed for volumetric override, fix for quick chat. NXT, a new graphical feature, volumetric light, has been added to the game. Make your way to Menaphos to check it out. which we have seen that, and that looks amazing. A new graphical feature, caustic water effects have been added to the game. Turn water details to ultra to enable. Added water light extinction effect. Fixed terrain sometimes appears solid black on old AMD GPUs and old AMD drivers. Fixed flickering effects, artifacts when with texture disabled on GPUs, mainly Intel. Animations with random start points have been fixed, so the animation does not end prematurely. And refactored a subsystem to save some memory. Added invalidation to OpenGL resources, which may improve multi-GPU performance. So there is actually new stuff here for your settings. I'll see about the skyboxes first and the filters. This way we can see if there's anything here. There's nothing there. And so we'll go back to the skyboxes. More skyboxes. Okay, so there's nothing in there. Now we'll go into the settings. This way we can see what these graphical settings look like. Okay, so as you can see, all my stuff is already on Ultra. Now, the water, it can also go into Ultra. So yeah, this is what it looks like when you have everything maxed out with your graphics card. Well, your settings. It makes it look a lot different. Now, if you turn off the volumetric lighting, it looks a lot like how it used to look. And if we go for the water and you turn it back to high, you don't really see much of a difference, other than very little. But the volumetric lighting, you can see it actually does change the sky up just a little bit. Maybe not so much here, but that's because the sun is like right there. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.